Hello friends, welcome to UGC EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Lubna Siddiqui, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Today I am going to discuss about the module Introduction to Bivariate Linear Regression Analysis, which comes under the paper Quantitative Techniques in Geography. Linear regression analysis. In any given system, some of the variables do not vary on their own. Their behavior depends on the outcome of some other variables. For example, values of the agricultural production of an area will depend on its average annual rainfall along with some other factors also, whereas the values of the agricultural production will not affect the values of the average annual rainfall. Understanding such cause and effect relationship in a system has been the basic concern of a scientific inquiry. The understanding of such cause and effect relationship of a phenomenon helps us in understanding its nature and will help us in controlling it and also in making prediction of its future. Empirical relationship. The study of any relationship will have two parts, theoretical as well as empirical. Theoretical forms of relationship are based on the logical form of the interrelationships among different variables. Empirical relationships are based on the covariations of the values of these variables. These covariations in the values of the variables can be verified from the real world data by plotting them on a scatter plot. Basic objective of the observation of an empirical relationship is to validate or invalidate an existing form of a theoretical relationship. Any empirical analysis therefore requires a theoretical framework, and an empirical analysis without a theory will be a futile exercise. The variables which affect the outcome of the values of any variable are known as independent variables, and the variable which is being affected by other variable is known as dependent variable. In the above example, agricultural production will be the dependent variable and the average annual rainfall of the area over different years will be the independent variable. It is to be noted that in such other exercise of meteorology, for example, the average annual rainfall may become dependent variable and atmospheric pressure, temperature, etc. may become independent variables and so on. Statistical methods of the study of relationship through correlation and regression are based on empirical methods only and are not substitute of the theory behind these relationships. The relationship between the values of two different variables can be easily shown in a scatter plot by plotting the values of the dependent variable on y-axis and the values of the independent variables on x-axis of a graph paper. In a scatter plot, we observe the degree and direction of covariations between the values of two variables and measure its strength quantitatively through either Karl Pearson's or Spearman's coefficients of correlation. Now, bivariate linear regression analysis. Knowledge of the degree and direction of relationship between dependent and independent variables alone is not sufficient in a cause and effect analysis unless it gives a mathematical form of the relationship between the two variables. Through the mathematical form, we can evaluate the effect of different independent variables, also known as determinants, on the dependent variable with the help of their coefficients, and can also make future projections of the dependent variable for some projected future values of independent variables by working out the estimated future values of the dependent variable, etc. A visible relationship between the values of the dependent and independent variable can be converted into a nearest form of a line or a curve of prescribed mathematical form of relationships, which is the basis of a regression analysis. The simplest of all these mathematical forms is the equation of a straight line, which is y is equal to a plus bx. In a straight line, all the points will fall on a line with either an upward or a downward slope indicated by the value of b, also known as regression coefficient. The line, when extended sufficiently, will also cut x-axis and y-axis. The value at which the line cuts the y-axis is a, known as intercept value of y when x is equal to 0. The magnitude of the value of b, the regression coefficient, will indicate the change in the values of the variable y for a unit change in the values of the variable x, or simply the rate of change in y with respect to x. If the sign of b is negative, it shows the decline in y with respect to x, and a positive value of regression coefficient b will indicate a positive change in the values of y with the change in the values of the variable x. From a given set of bivariate data for several observations, linear regression analysis provides us the basis to find out the mathematical form of relationship y is equal to a plus bx, closest to the related scatter plot with the help of the principle of least square. Since we use the equation of a line to approximate the form of a relationship between the two variables, it will be known as linear regression analysis. If we have only two variables to analyze, that is one dependent and one independent variable, the regression is known as bivariate linear regression. However, if the number of independent variables are two or more, it is known as multiple linear regression analysis. Explanation of regression analysis will be greatly facilitated if we start from bivariate linear regression analysis and then extend these concepts to multiple linear regression analysis. Now, principle of least square bivariate case. From a scatter plot, we identify a straight line by fixing the values of a and b. However, most of the data from social sciences will not exactly fall on a straight line. On a scatter plot of such data, points may cluster around a straight line and give some deviations also, that is error, on either side of the line represented by epsilon. If the values of a and b are identified and we substitute an actually given value of x of the independent variable, the equation will give us an estimated value of the corresponding value of the dependent variable. The difference between the actual value of y and the estimated value, that is y minus summation x, the error term, the total error in any exercise will be the sum of all such deviations. Summation of these errors, however, will have the problem that negative error will cancel out the positive error, which hide the efficiency of the estimates. It is therefore suggested to take sum of the squares of the errors, that is summation y minus y bar. Theoretically, in the absence of any guideline, we can select any number of lines and each one of them will give a sum of the squares of the errors. Statistical theory has developed the principle of least square, which suggests that out of all such lines, choose the one which gives the least value of the above sum of squares. Thus, fitting a regression line from a given set of correlated bivariate data amounts to identifying the corresponding values of the regression coefficient b and the intercept a of the line of best fit. Using the mathematics of calculus, it also suggests that a straight line whose values of b and are calculated in the following manner will give these least sum of squares. Using the mathematics of calculus, it also suggests that a straight line whose values of b and are calculated in the following manner will give this least sum of squares. B is equal to summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar upon summation x minus x bar into 2 is equal to summation x y minus summation into summation y upon n upon summation x into x minus summation x into summation x upon n. The intercept will be A is equal to y bar minus b x bar. A regression line with the above values of the regression coefficient b and the intercept A will be known as the least square regression line. This principle is known as principle of least square, and the line will be known as regression line of y on x. Similarly, if we choose x as dependent variable and y as independent variable and minimize the sum of the squares parallel to x axis, the line will be known as regression line of x on y. The word regression here has been used to negate progress on its own. Here it implies that the movement of y will not progress on its own, it will be regressed by the movement of x. The values of the regression coefficient b and the intercept A will indicate the average position rather than the actual, as there are positive and negative deviations with each point. For example, consider the following values of productivity of wheat y in 100 kgs per hectare and average annual rainfall x in centimeters of 10 areas of a region. To test the hypothesis that wheat productivity in the region depends on the average annual rainfall of the area and find out the rate of change in wheat production for a unit change in average annual rainfall. The solution would be to show the relationship between wheat productivity y and average annual rainfall graphically in the data given in the table. We have to prepare a scatter plot on a graph paper as shown below, figure 1. It is clear from the above figure 1 that there exists a positive relationship between the two variables. To fit a regression line, we use the principle of least square and find out the values of the regression coefficient b and the intercept A using the above formulas, which require the following table 1 for calculations. Thus, we get the following value for b and A. B is equal to 10,285 minus 586 into 165 upon 10 upon 35,616 minus 586 into 586 upon 10 is equal to 616 upon 1276.4 is equal to 0.482, and A is equal to y bar minus b x bar is equal to 165 upon 10 minus 0.482 into 586 upon 10 is equal to minus 11.75. The value of the regression coefficient b is found to be 0.482 kg per hectare and the intercept is minus 11.75 kg per hectare. To elaborate it further, the meaning of b is equal to 0.482 is that there exists a positive relationship between wheat productivity and average annual rainfall in the area, and data given above shows the tendency of an average rise in wheat production equal to 0.482 into 100 is equal to 48.2 kgs per hectare due to every unit centimeter rise in the average annual rainfall in the area. Interpretation of a positive value of the intercept relates to the value of the dependent variable y when the value of the independent variable is at its lowest level, that is x is equal to 0. However, a negative value of intercept A at x is equal to 0 directly does not mean anything. At the best, we can see at what value of x the value of y will be 0 from the regression line in the following way. 0 is equal to minus 11.75 plus 0.482 x, or x is equal to 24.34 centimeter. The above equation also suggests that on the average production of wheat require the threshold value of average annual rainfall at least 24.34 centimeter. Another point suggested by the results of the analysis is that on the average the wheat production is likely to start only after the average annual rainfall of 24.34 centimeter has already taken place. The equation of the fitted regression line is found to be y is equal to minus 11.78 plus 0.482 x. Once the algebraic equation of the least square regression is fitted, we can estimate the values of wheat productivity, that is y, for every given value of average annual rainfall, that is x. The difference between given value of y and the estimated value of y is known as the residual or the error. For example, in the above case, for first given value of average annual rainfall x is equal to 40, the given value of wheat production is 500 kg per hectare, whereas the estimated value as given by line is y is equal to minus 11.781 plus 0.4826 into 40 is equal to minus 11.78 plus 19.304 is equal to 7.523 kgs. The difference is 5 minus 7.523 is equal to minus 2.523. In the second case, ignoring zeros and unit for the time being, for given value of x is equal to 45, the given value of y is 13 and the estimated value is 8.717, giving the difference in the second case as 13 minus 8.717 is equal to 4.283. Likewise, the residuals or errors for all other observations can also be calculated. In any regression analysis, computations of the value of the regression coefficient b and the intercepts alone are not sufficient. We have to evaluate its magnitude also by testing the null hypothesis, that is the value of b very close to 0 or not. We proceed to intercept the value of the two parameters only when the null hypothesis is rejected, that is, the value of b is not very close to 0. In such a case, we call the value of a or b being statistically significant. In other words, we test the hypothesis that can its actual value, also known as population value, may be considered as 0. For the purpose of the test of significance of the regression coefficient b, following t-test is carried out under the following assumptions. Number 1, the value as epsilon is a random variable distributed normally. Number 2, mean value of epsilon is 0. Number 3, variance of epsilon is constant for all value of x, that is condition of heteroscedasticity. Number 4, if there are more independent variables, all are independent to each other, that is there is no multicollinearity among the independent variables. If the above assumptions are met, the computed value of b will give the t given below, which will follow t distribution with n minus 2 degrees of freedom. T is equal to b upon SEB, where SEB is equal to sigma mu upon under root summation x into x minus summation x into summation x upon n. Sigma mu square is equal to total sum of square minus explained sum of square upon n minus 2. total SS is equal to summation y into y minus summation y into summation y upon n is the sum of square of deviation of y from its mean or variations in actual values of y, and explain SS is equal to b summation x into y minus summation x summation y upon n is the sum of square of deviation of estimated values of y bar from its mean or variations in the estimated values of y. As estimated values of y are values found on the line, their variations will always be less than the actual values of y. Objective of any regression line is always to get the estimated values of y giving variations as close to actual values of y as is possible. The ratio of explained sum of square to total variations in y is therefore an indicator of the quality of any regression model and is known as coefficient of determination and denoted by r square, given by r square is equal to explained sum of squares upon total sum of squares. The value of r square will vary between 0 and unity. If a value is found to be say 0.75, will mean that of the total variations in the dependent variable y, 75% are being explained by the independent variable x chosen here. Again, to test the statistical significance of r square, we have f ratio test as f is equal to r square n minus k upon 1 minus r square into k minus 1. K minus 1 n minus k degrees of freedom. Use of the results of a regression analysis for any comparative research will be valid only when the estimated parameters are found to be statistically significant. Regression analysis therefore also requires calculation of a standard error of b to carry out the statistical test of significance to assure that the regression coefficient b is not very close to 0, or in other words is not statistically insignificant, and the explanatory power of the regression model is also statistically significant. Such calculations required the following: total SS is equal to summation y into y minus summation y into summation y upon n is equal to 3083 minus 165 into 165 upon 10 is equal to 360.5. Explained SS is equal to b into summation x into y minus summation x summation y upon n is equal to 0.482 into 10,285 minus 165 into 586 upon 10 is equal to 0.482 into 616 is equal to 296.12, and sigma mu square is equal to 360.5 minus 296.12 upon 8 is equal to 8.05, or sigma mu is equal to under root 8.05 is equal to 2.84. SEB is equal to sigma mu upon under root sigma x upon summation x upon x minus summation x into summation x upon n is equal to 2.84 upon under root 35,616 minus 586 into 586 upon 10 is equal to 2.84 upon 35.727 is equal to 0.08. T is equal to b upon SEB is equal to 0.482 upon 0.08 is equal to 6.025. The tabulated value of T for 8 degrees of freedom is 2.31 at 5% of level significance and 3.36 at 1% level of significance respectively. The calculated value, that is 6.025, is found to be significant even at 1% level of significance, that is the regression coefficient is found to be statistically significant. R square is equal to 296.12 upon 360.5 is equal to 0.821, and F is equal to R square n minus k upon 1 minus R square. K minus 1 is equal to 0.821 into 10 minus 2 upon 1 minus 0.821 into 2 minus 1 is equal to 36.69. F value for df is equal to 1, 8, 2 minus 1, 10 minus 2 given in the table are 16.86 for 1% and 5.32 for 5% levels of significance respectively. Our calculated value is found to be significant even at 1% level of significance. Thus, we can say R square is statistically significant from being 0. In other words, we conclude that the independent variable is explaining the dependent variable in a substantial way, not in any random way. After carrying out the test of significance and R square, one can verify the correspondence between actual values of the dependent variable and the value estimated from the regression equation. The estimated values are obtained by putting the given values of x in the regression equation, as has been shown earlier while explaining principle of least square. It is interesting to observe that for the given values of y, the estimated values show good correspondence and thereby strengthening the confidence in the regression model. Since estimated values are found to be close to the actual values, the model can be used to make forecasting for the future values of y for any future value of the independent variable x. The regression model can also be used for interpolating any missing values between the given values of that dependent variable y. I hope you have understood the concept of bivariate linear regression analysis. See you next time. Thank you.